Good evening. It is time for funny browser game. So if you're still on Tumblr, you've probably seen a post going around for like a bunch of these neat browser games you can try, and I found a handful of them that I want to check out because they just seemed neat. I can find the right thing to click. Oh, we also got Cookie Clicker up in the background. But ignore that. First thing is this little game called A Better World. What is essentially a game where you can change certain events in history, and depending on if you make the right choice or not, your karma goes up for your high score. So things can get either really interesting or bad. Most cases, just really funny. Alright. Dates you can change are in yellow. The dates you just change are in pink. Click on one of them to change the past. Birth of minus 551 BC. Birth of Confucius, possible 1325, rise of Aztec civilization, and 68 diffusion, the contraceptive pill, deployment of ARPANET, and then the internet. Starting out with some interesting choices. The fuck is ARPANET? I've never heard of that. Was the first wide area packet switch network with distributed control of the proto-internet, I guess. Excuse me. The U.S. military, in the face of the Cold War, imagines a way to keep communications viable even if the network is partially destroyed. Thus was born ARPANET, which, when it became available to the general public, would become the internet, connecting the whole world and disrupting society and the... Hello, Kib Charnel. Am I saying that name right? How you doing? Connecting will become the internet, connecting the whole world and disrupting society and the economy. No! Why? Why is that the option? We'll go sleep soon. Sounds good. I mean, if anything, the internet should have stayed at Web 2.0. However, may you ask what? You're jamming communications during ARPANET's tests. This computer system seems unreliable, so your army starts to keep in touch with a network of satellites. You change the past, so what's going to happen? Fail ARPANET. Treasure. What? Hang on. Did my invite expire? It's not supposed to. Alright, give me a second. Alright, I will have to investigate that later. Sorry. ARPANET causes creation of Satellinet. Installation of a facial recognition. Oh no! Oculus Global Monitoring Project. First satellite with anti-satellite attack against Cape. What might have happened is your account got mistaken for a bot and got banned. I will go into list and undo that later. In fact, let me do that right now. Done. Oh, I just enacted 1984 a lot quicker, didn't I? Fuck. Then go on, let's start over. Okay, doer, didn't happen. Birth of Jesus. Karl Marx posted his Communist Manifesto. Creation of the Suez Canal against the Cold War. Well, let's push communism. Proletariats of all countries unite. With these words ends the Communist Party Manifesto. These words ends the Communist Party Manifesto written by Marx, which later became Communist Manifesto, and which defines communism. After giving it historical context, a founding work that will have a major impact on human society, especially during the Russian Revolution. Its influence will extend at least until 21st century to redefine the organization of society. Strengthening communist power in all nations. Yes. What are we doing now? I am playing a handful of browser games I found on a big post on Tumblr. And I just thought, I just picked a select few that seemed most interesting, most thought-provoking. You seize the Communist Manifesto using modern propaganda techniques. You pass fundamental ideas of manifesto in the majority of each nation. From now on, be democracy only. The communist democracies in the world will be changed forever. Change paths of C. Oh. I'll get back to these. Communist Manifesto is adopted by all democracies. France becomes communist. Hell yeah. American Civil War. The communists crush the Confederates. Fuck yes. Japanese Proletarian Revolution. Comrade Meiji is democratically elected in place of the Shogun of Japan. British Revolution. United Kingdom becomes communist. African nations found the African Proletarian Alliance. Cool. Adolf Hitler found the German National... The Proletariat Spring. America and Russia are trying to establish communism in all other nations. Change the Cold War into Proletarian Spring. Proletarian Spring modernizes all of Southeast Asia and Vietnam, which become workers' paradise. Al-Qaeda destroys... I'm sorry, what? Al-Qaeda destroys the Karl Marx... Karl Marx Towers of the workers' city of Manhattan. Oh... What the Karl Marx Towers. Okay. Fuck. Damn, you're really just gonna hand me a revolver loaded with 3 hollow point rounds, huh? Industrial Revolution, Slave Revolution, and Foundation of Haiti. Or World War II. We can let the Industrial Revolution happen. Haiti founding, that's fine. Could be better, but... Okay, World War II. Countries frustrated by the balance of World War I and the expansionist will, and with the expansionist wills, Germany, Italy, Japan, form the Axis and use the latent economic crisis, unify their people, and launch them into a conflict that will take on a global scale with tens of millions of deaths. As World War II, which will see victory of Allies against the Axis. We're definitely not letting the Axis win. Let's prevent war. You will speed up the search and make the 2 camps discover the nuclear... Hey, that sucks, actually. Despite the murderous madness of the high commandments, power of the weapon dissuades an open conflict. The Second World War will not take place, but we just made the Cold War happen. Gang, yep, World Cold War. Countries fail to create the United Nations, beginning of global misunderstanding, escalation of the Cold War, gangs of the proxy wars, the power to carry out a fight at a distance of the African... God damn it. Women's struggle for the rights to vote Or I need to fucking course correct here. Early Iron Age. Rise of the Roman civilization. Runaway slaves found Rome, which will become the capital of an organized martial empire whose mission was to civilize by force the world around it. Its great wealth will focus the lusts of the neighboring warlords, who will gradually weaken it until it gives in to its internal conflicts. Current Rome, no. Current Rome and its internal cohesion, yes. You infiltrate the Senate. In your reports, you exaggerate the weakened cohesion of the Roman Empire. Rather than investing in new conquests, Rome turns to building a stronger nation. Foundation of Rome, the city of freed slaves. Rome becomes a democracy and negotiates protectorates. Rome proposes the idea of a world democratic government. 1002, North Africa integrates the Roman Empire. Norman conquest of England. Bologna founds first university. Black Death kills a third of European population. Constantinople becomes cultural capital of the world. All democracies, France becomes communist. European nations join the Roman Council of Europe. That's the same. British Revolution, okay. African, okay. Invention of television. Damn it. Damn it, none of that changed. Let's keep going. What the hell kind of name is Bologna? First university is founded in Bologna. Bologna? That's just unfortunate. It will host 100,000 students and 3,000 professors, with such well-known students as Dürer, Copernicus, Paracelsus, Pasolini, Branceschi. Putting the whole Branceschi in there. Within a few years, its research body obtains independence from the state, which will set the standard for universities for years to come. Let's make university compulsory. University success. Become the great eminence of the local lord. You suggestion that brilliant mathematicians, inventors, musicians, poets will be able to assert his power now and bring him fame in the centuries to come. He gives all the means to his university and will quickly be imitated by others. Come on, spread some enlightenment. La flamboyance. All powerful universities are being built all over the world. Creation of modern scientific method. Black Plague is repelled by the great advances in medicine. Can I go sleep now? Well, thanks for dropping by, kid. You have a good rest. Alright. Expanding universities. Stop the Black Plague. That's good. 1445, invention of the notion of ecology. The academic struggle against slavery. 1576, advanced studies in animal intelligence and foundation of animal rights. With this simple motion, I've done more to help animals than PETA ever pretended to in their entire existence. In-game. Invention of rock music in 1610. That's funny. American War of Independence. Invention of theoretical computer science in 1870. Spanish flu is overcome thanks to globalized university research. Nice. Discovery gene therapy against cancer in 1970. Holy shit. Discover AIDS vaccine. Singularity, which sends man to Mars. Still could not stop the World Cold War or proxy wars. That is unfortunate. It's already kind of a botched run in my perspective, so let's be funny. Mess with the wheel discovery. Just stop the invention of the wheel. Discovery of the wheel revolutionizes transportation, trade, exploration, and war. This. Oh, Chad, this is our key. All civilizations are discovered, but some have abandoned it. Evangelize the wheel among pre-Columbians in sub-Saharan Africa. Damn it, you just... Fuck it. Postpone. By systematically sabotaging all prototype wagons, you discourage the spread of the wheel as a tool for transportation, exploration, and warfare. Boundaries of human territories are fundamentally changed. He discovers and abandons the wheel. The Greeks found the first nomadic civilization of the sea. Wow. Atlantis. Alexander the Great conquers the Middle East. Oops. The Keen Emperor is overthrown by neighboring kingdoms. Wait, it took 4,500 years. What's wrong? Took 4,500 years to rediscover the wheel. That is hilarious. Please tell me that changed anything. Civil War destroys... Okay, need to keep going. Gotta stop warfare. Oh, we changed World War One. Rivalries between European powers such that any moment and all war break out. This is what happens in 1944 Years' War. That's at first enthusiastic and then bloody. A real butchery for all nations. Among other things, France will lose 1.4 million of its men. It was the Great War, a dreadful massacre that would turn history upside down. Yeah, let's not. If shit doesn't happen in World War One, then that destroys the stage for World War II, and then hopefully no World Cold War. Tenders such as diplomatic work to prevent wars, titanic work. Many times he used threats, blackmail, assassinations to prevent war. But the miracle does happen. There's no first world. Millions of men will live thanks to you. Let's see. European peace pact established in the midst of extraordinary international tensions. Fête de la paix established. I don't know what that means. You think I speak French? Fuck no. Established in all European countries. Nazi party founded by Adolf Hitler is dissolved by the German government. Nice. Foundation of the United States of Europe. United States of Europe creates the euro. Single currency. And Europe become first world power. Putting Ariadne's orbit, the first artificial satellite. So cool. God damn it. It didn't stop the proxy. But you don't need the United Nations. You have the United States of Europe. Fuck. Jacques Cousteau is the first man to walk on the moon. Isn't Jacques Cousteau the guy from the Pink Panther? Okay, destroys European Parliament. So, alright, so we changed. So it's no longer Communist 9/11, it's European 9/11. Great. Shakespeare writes Hamlet. Oh, birth of Jesus is back on the table. As is Buddha. Then let Shakespeare write Hamlet. Go to Buddha. In the year Siddhartha Gautama. In this year, Siddhartha Gautama was born, who would become Buddha, a spiritual leader who would influence the entire spirituality of Asia and later the world. He claims to be a simple human being with a moderate life, but will later be venerated as a god. Yeah, let's just straight up kidnap Buddha. No, spread faith to the West. Become a disciple of Buddha, responsible for spreading his good word. He brings philosophy to the West, and Buddhism thus conquers the world. Putting Buddhism and the word conquer in the same sentence feels oxymoronic. Birth of Buddha and expansion of Buddhism in the West. Great Buddha temple in Rome unifies the Western faith. Jesus Jesus, prophet of Buddha, makes a pilgrimage to Kusinagar. Prophet of Buddha. Oh my god. Rome proposes the idea of a world democratic government. Charles Martel stops the caliphate from Damascus to Port. Don't make me read French. The Holy Empire of the Sacred Fig Tree unifies Europe. First Crusade and conquest of India by... Don't do that. Western schism of Buddhism and creation of modern Buddhists. Following persecution, modern Buddhists flee to America. Arrival of rail transport. French Revolution. Nothing else changed. God damn it. Gotta stop all this war. Rail transport. First the United Kingdom, then around the world. Men run loads. Men run loads on iron rails. First pulled by horse, then a steam engine, then later electricity, before being gradually replaced one day by the plane or the car. Seizing goods connect the world. Jules Verne said, is shrinking. Even if, like any invention, is demonized when it comes out, it is an accelerator of considerable progress. So, I feel if we demonize the road, they'll just make way for planes and especially cars, which is bad. I think making a robot all powerful doesn't really doesn't really, what's the word, pacify the war problem. Knowing the power of this world, but having an experienced railway system in the United States would be good. There's infinite benefits to be drawn from pilots considering moving countries from cheap, then compulsory. We constantly forget that in the past people were born and died in the same house. Humanity covers the world with rails. Napoleon conquers with his... No! Locomotives, tanks, telegraph, uses the rails to communicate. I'll see the world immediately connected. Invention of visual locomotives for What? What do you mean individual trains? How is that possible? Invention of floating rails. Locomotives can now travel around the world. First up, we got a series of small browser games. The first one is called A Better World, where you try to change key moments in history to try to make the world, change the world for better or worse. For this run, we made most of the world communist, and we ended up preventing World War II by accelerating the discovery of nuclear weapons, which unintentional, and ended up plunging the entire world into a global Cold War, not just America versus Russia. So, oops. And also because the whole world was communist, Al-Qaeda hit the Karl Marx Towers in 2001, but then it got changed to Al-Qaeda destroys the European Parliament in Brussels. So, normal. From rails, entering a rail locomotive. Rail locomotive is capable of taking a traveler everywhere. First space locomotive flies on the... Wasn't this that one cartoon? Wasn't this that one show on Cartoon Network that got canceled after like one season? Super Boom. First locomotive to reach Mach 2. That sounds scary. Foundation on the moon of Selena. The first railway station of the Earth-Moon line. At that point, why not just make, what was it called? The space elevators from Halo. Just do that. Optical fibers in the rails distribute the internet to the whole planet. Well, that's good. We should give everyone Google Fiber. And the better you do, daisy changer in yellow, you can change your yellow daisy just change her in pink. My current karma is 12,000. We'll read out the whole thing once I finish this run. Oh, we can change the Civil War, or... We got the university, so... Fusion contraceptive pill development, and then the gradual adoption by some governments of the contraceptive pill is shaking up society, naturally leading to sexual liberation, but also, above all, rebalancing power in the face of religion and tradition. Create a super pill that allows everyone to control births. Yeah. Help in modern science. It's a lot of reading than usual. Help in modern science. You're helping to develop a contraceptive system for men and women without any side effects, as simple to manufacture as any product. Sexual liberation and religious hold is total. Y'all can hear me fine, by the way, right? Yes. Mission universal concept super pill. Unhindered physical love increases people's happiness and precipitates the decline of religions. The decline of fertility leads to a decrease in pollution and an increase in life expectancy. Sudden spread of new sexually transmitted diseases. The world population drops below 1 billion. Well, that seems completely infeasible. Turn to sexual caution in the fight against AIDS. Well, that's fine because in 6 years later, because I encouraged universities back in Bologna, we already got a vaccine for AIDS just 6 years later, so problem solved. And stabilization of global warming. So we only get AIDS for or just AIDS for 6 years. It's fine. It's fine. Still couldn't stop the proxy wars, though. Russian Revolution. Construction of Angkor Wat. I don't know what that is. Trying to invent gunpowder. Bolsheviks overthrow the regime in Russia. It's a time of intense unrest and civil war. Together with Lenin, they established communism, which will be a source of human progress and hope, but also especially Stalin of ruthless massacres. Communism in Russia will be one of the poles of power for the whole of the 20th century. We definitely don't want to make a capitalist revolution. What the fuck? Ew. Peaceful. Influential thinker, you write Lenin's speeches with this first commandment: communism must be accompanied by respect for all life. Almost becoming religion, the regime is overthrown without any conflict. Russia welcomes the new regime to peak of its human means and begins an era of freedom and light. Give me 1 second. There we go. Alright, let's see what enlightened communism is established without violence in Russia, sexual liberation, a remarkable progress in education in Russia, beginning of the Russian elite. Uh-oh. Communist Russia protects the nations of Europe from the economic consequences of the Black Thursday. Good. The Russian bloc effortlessly repels the assault of the Third Reich. Good. Wait, but the Nazi Party was dissolved in 1920. I mean, Did they overthrow and take over anyway? Fuck. Russia coordinates the armistice of the Second World War, which is signed in the Kremlin. Nations of Africa join the communist bloc. Almighty Russia agrees to guide America in its transition to communism. I thought we were already... But... No, it doesn't make any sense. The American Civil War, the communists crushed the Confederates. It's already there. God, holy shit, I'm breaking the time stream. Disappearance. Oh, hell yeah. Disappearance of money and capital. World life expectancy goes above 85 years. Creation of the supernation, uniting all the countries. Communia. Communia. Amazing. Establishment of national happiness used to direct the efforts of each nation. The capitalist faction drops an airplane on the... God damn it. Russian 9/11. Why does this keep happening? Oh. Hang on. Does that mean I stopped the proxy wars? No, the end of proxy war is still there. Shit. That's the only mention of proxy wars, so... I mean, besides 1990, I guess... making the Bolshevik Revolution peaceful, stop the global Cold War, which is good. Easy. Minus 11,000 BC, discovery of agriculture. Reign of Suleiman the Magnificent over the Ottoman Empire. Magellan goes around the world. Independence of the Spanish colonies in South America. Let's go for it. Under the impetus of military men like Bolivar, the Spanish colonies, and especially the New Granada, emancipated themselves from the Spanish presence. Soon, South America was independent of European influences, made up of new republics. Push Bolivar to unify the South American states. They let Bolivar liberate New Granada and become president of Greater Colombia. Having become his advisor, you give him the tactical and logistical means to extend Greater Colombia to the whole of South America. C is... Huh? I think I'm breaking this game's grammar. Beginning United States of... This is the beginning of United States of South America, destined to become a world superpower. Isn't that the plot of Call of Duty Ghosts? South America unites and launches a global offensive against the world or something? Creation of the Hammurabi's Code. I have no idea what that is. The English defeat the Spanish Armada. Isaac Newton writes the Principia Mathematica. Bolivar founds the United States. Bogota hosts the largest university in the world. United States of South America Integrates Latin America by referendum. United States supports Unionists. The American Civil War. Cool. Siding with the communists to beat down the Confederates. The transaction. Texas, California, Louisiana, and Florida join the UEAS in exchange for support during the World War. USA adopt a progressive socialist regime. Okay. War of the Two... Aww. War of the Two Americas. USA conquered North America and found Great America. Shit. Great America signs a lasting peace treaty with Russia. Great America adopts communism. Well, hey, look at that. We stopped all 9/11s now. Cool. We just had to unify South America. Discovery of X-rays. Wilhelm Röntgen's experiments pay off. Managers understand, master, and exploit X-rays, a high-frequency electromagnetic wave that, among other things, allows photography through human flesh. Medicine will make progress like no other. We definitely are not making weapons. Like the secrets of particle accelerators. Are we about to go through time? With full knowledge of modern physics, you helped Röntgen to go as far as possible in his discoveries. You suggest that he unlocked the secrets of matter using particle accelerators, and the results are staggering. I don't like the sound of that. Events particle accelerator, experimental validation of quantum mechanics. Experimental validation, what does that mean? Poincaré develops the theory of relativity. Huh? Not Einstein? Einstein finalizes unified theory of physics. Okay. Russia creates the first dimensional portal. Einstein-Rosen. Discovery of Earth 2 in the Orion Galaxy. Viable planet for humans. Earth 2 becomes the land of the world. First contact with the Alphanes, a primitive extraterrestrial race. Establishment. Oh my god. I just created the alien slave trade. First contact with the Keents, an advanced alien race. Colonization of Earth 2 by the Keents. Destruction of the portal of Einstein-Rosen to preserve the Earth. Planetary protection program against the coming Keent invasion. What have I done? I lost 3,000 karma for that. This ain't looking good, Reddit. I feel gross for saying that. control the steam engine. I didn't call you anything. Okay, maybe if we abolish slavery, we won't enslave the aliens. Driven by progressive or even religious ideas, sometimes economic interest, but also by simple human compassion, societies are beginning to reject the slave trade and the very concept of slavery. In 1807, it was the United Kingdom that abolished the slave trade, quickly followed by the Americas and Mexico. Why does that end in a question? Abolish slavery and make reparations to exploited families. Emancipating the slaves is not enough, you say in the stand. Slavery has destroyed the lives of millions of people for the economic comfort of a small group. You have to pay this debt. Your words pay, and the slave states are forced by the citizens or their subjects to pay their dues to the shattered lives. Coming back to this. Slave countries undertake to reimburse the exploited families. With the slave debt, wealthy families from Central Africa dig the Suez Canal. United States of Africa become the first world power. United States of Africa invades the Confederate United States to free the slaves. It is the first world... I'm sure. Official end of slavery. What do you mean? How are there still Confederate States in 1990? Are you kidding me? And that didn't stop. And that didn't stop the Alpha. Shit. Fuck it. Let's... Writing discovery. Men decide to transmit their thoughts in time through writing. At that time, cuneiform writing, hieroglyphics, and Indus writing were born, which will truly transmit history. Fuck it, let's just... We're gonna get destroyed by the cunt alien empire, so let's just raise it to the ground. Declare the written text demonic. Appearing as a prophet, you attribute the bad harvest and other calamities to the use of the written text. The texts are destroyed, the scribes are burned like sorcerers, and humanity henceforth religiously fears any written symbol. Let's start the dark age of Gooby. Humanity refuses the gift of demons, writing. Hammurabi establishes an oral code of laws. Ooh. Bologna creates the first university and secretly invent writing. Great crusade against writing. The Pope recognizes the existence of a scribe. That's just such an inherently funny sentence. The Pope recognizes the existence of books. That's all? Okay. Damn, I thought that would span through this millennia. Invention of the Great Pyramids. Christopher Columbus discovers America. Oh no. Okay, well, destroying... We didn't post... Demonizing writing didn't really destroy anything, it just postponed some things. And then time stream course corrected itself from there. Was Christopher Columbus en route or explain to Columbus that this is a new continent? Let's make him get lost. Embarked on the caravels of Columbus, you sabotage the compasses, changing the direction of the north, and the expedition turns in circles until it runs out of supplies. Columbus returns to Europe defeated, and the road to India does not exist. Lost in the Atlantic, unification of Amerindians clans, conquest of Africa. God damn it. Magellan goes around the Eurasian and African continent. Battle of Britain against Spain for domination of the Congo. First English... Oh, god damn it. First English colony, Jamestown in Japan. Fuck. The Amerindian people cross the Atlantic and discover Europe. Why are they called Amerindians? Just call them Native Americans. Battle of the Atlantic between America and Europe. Americano-European Peace Treaty. African Wars of Independence. So where to search China? Again? I feel like I've seen that prompt like 3 times so far. Chinese government decides to purge itself of communist influence, which in the past had allowed to stabilize with the help of the Soviet Union. The Chinese Communist Party provokes a civil war against the republic in place, which will lead to civil war that will last until the 1970s and cause around 6 million deaths. Make the Republic of China win the war? No! We need to spread communism. This doesn't sound good either. I didn't look at it when I clicked, so it doesn't count. Going from one camp to another, you excite tensions and hatred until armed conflicts and massacres spread beyond the point of no return. Oh, fuck. Getting older is learning that Mao didn't go... Mao didn't go far enough. Damn! Oh. Japan conquers China, which becomes Jiangsu. Shit. I read that and... The Allies launch 8 atomic bombs on China in June to Japan. Disappearance of Chinese culture except Taiwan. Holy fucking shit. Jesus fucking Christ. Taiwan claims the West for destruction of mainland China. Invention of radioactive purification allowing the recolonization of China. China establishes an enlightened government turned towards peace. Awesome. Great. We fucking nuked China to oblivion. We can fix this. Beginning of the collapse of China following its civil war. Chinese governments decide to... What? I just did this. Hello? Well, we saw the second option's not good, so... Kidnap Mao and discourage the communist efforts using actions in Chinese capital. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. China repels the Japanese invasion and annexed Japan. Russia, caught in the capitalist vice of China, America, abandoned... God damn it. Treaty of Hanoi. China, USA share the commercial exploitation... No! No! No, 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 no! Computer value? No, 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 no. Damn it! 9/11 happened again. What the hell's the Forbidden City? Oh, well, shut up. Signature of the Magna Carta. The English barons put pressure on the king and imposed the Magna Carta on him, a new governmental foundation, a new approach to power, even though it will not be respected or applied. The Magna Carta proposes revolutionary ideas that will prosper in the future, such as the equality of everyone before the law, the independence of the judiciary, and an extension of the notion of freedom. Oh, that sounds important. Administrative advisor of the powerful English barons, who explains to them how much Magna Carta will associate the happiness of the people with their own power. They let you do as long as their position is strengthened, and you gradually sow the seeds of modern democracy in this monarchical land. Is monarchical even a word? It doesn't roll off the tongue well at all. You've created a new story with a karma of 34,906, a score that suggests it's more of a utopia. Are you sure? Are you sure utopia is the right word? Because that doesn't feel utopic at all, what I've created. Your timeline name. Too many cracked eggs for this omelet. Let's read out this whole thing. Minus 11,000 BC. Discovery of agriculture. Minus 4,000. Foundation of the first cities. Minus 3,500. Humanity discovers, then abandons the wheel. Minus 3,200. Humanity refuses the gift of demons, writing. Minus 2,660. Construction of the Great Pyramid. Minus 1754. Hammurabi establishes an oral code of laws. Minus 1200. Early Iron Age. Minus 800. The Greeks found the first nomadic civilization of the sea. Minus 753. Foundation of Rome. The city of freed slaves. Minus 659. Rome becomes a democracy and negotiates protectorates. Minus 563. Birth of Buddha and expansion of Buddhism in the West. Minus 551. Birth of Confucius. Minus 498. The Great Buddha Temple in Rome unifies Western faith. Minus 336. Alexander the Great conquers the Middle East. Minus 221. The Qin Emperor is overthrown by neighboring kingdoms. Minus 4 BC. Jesus, prophet of Buddha, becomes a pilgrim. That still gets me. Jesus, prophet of Buddha, makes a pilgrimage to Kusinagar. Oh, Chin? Thank you. I am but a simple white woman who can even barely speak English at most times. Yeah, the whole pushing Buddhism to the West turned Jesus into a prophet of Buddhism instead of Christianity. Oops. Or teehee. $155. Rome proposes the idea of a world democratic government. 732. Charles Martel stops this word from Damascus to this word. 800 BC. 80. Coronation of Charlemagne. 801. China invents gunpowder. 870. Vikings colonize Iceland and discover America. 999. The Holy Empire of the Sacred Fig Tree unifies Europe. 1000. Rediscovering the wheel. It took 4,500 years to rediscover the wheel. I think that's very funny. For almost 5,000 years, no one had the idea to push a round object. (1002) North Africa integrates the Roman Empire. 1066 Norman conquest of England. 1088 Bologna creates the first university and secretly invents writing. 1095 First Crusade and conquest of India by Europe. 1099 Great Crusade against writing. 1109 Creation of the modern scientific method. 1118 The Pope recognizes the existence of a scripture. The Pope recognizes the existence of books. 1150 Construction of Angkor Wat. I don't know what that is. 1192 The Empire of Japan falls to make way for the shogunate. 1206 Genghis Khan conquers the world. Mingus Kingus. 1215 The Magna Carta abolishes the feudal system. That's our last change there. 1271 Marco Polo discovers Asia. 1325 Rise of the Aztec civilization. 1347 The Black Plague is repelled by the great advances in medicine. 1315 The Renaissance. 1376 England becomes a democracy and elects Edward III President of the Republic. Hell yeah, down with the monarchy. 1388 Edward III engages in the World War against slavery. Holy shit! Edward III is based! Damn, I didn't know Edward III was woke like that. A world war against slavery. That just sounds epic. 1438 Rise of the Inca Empire. 1440 Gutenberg's invention of printing. 1445 Invention of the notion of ecology. 1453 Constantinople becomes a cultural capital of the world. 1492 Christopher Columbus is lost in the Atlantic. 1498 Vasco da Gama opens the road to India. 1500 Unification of Amerindian clans. 1502 England wins the war against slavery. Hell yeah. 1517 Western schism of Buddhism and creation of modern Buddhists. 1520, reign of Suleiman the Magnificent over the Ottoman Empire. 1522, Magellan goes around the Eurasian African continent. 1543, heliocentric model of Copernicus, good. 1576, advanced studies on animal intelligence and foundation of animal rights. 1588, Battle of Britain against Spain for the domination of the Congo. Not great. What, you just ended slavery and you want to... Now you're conquering Africa? Come on. You want to... No, you don't want to... You want to dominate Africa. That doesn't sound great. 1599, Shakespeare writes Hamlet. I wonder what would have happened if we could have if I changed that. 1607, first English colony, Jamestown in Japan. 1609, Galileo discovers rotation of the Earth. 1610, invention of rock music. That's still funny. 1642, Civil War in England. 1643, construction of Taj Mahal. 1663, control of the steam engine. 1683, the Holy Roman Empire pushes Ottomans back to Vienna. 1687, Isaac Newton writes the Principia Mathematica. 1688, falling persecution, modern Buddhists flee to America. 1732, Industrial Revolution. Hang on. It's a lot of talking. Modern Buddhists flee to America. Industrial Revolution. The Amerindian peoples cross the Atlantic and discover Europe. 1775, Battle of the Atlantic between America and Europe. 1789, Franco-English Revolution. 1796, Medical Revolution and Demographic Transition. 1802, Revolution of Transport. Humanity covers the world with rails. 1803, Slave Revolution and Foundation of Haiti. 1804, Napoleon conquers Europe with his locomotives, tanks. Bad. 1804, the Norman Republic. Fusion of England and France is created. 1807, democracy is adopted by 98% of nations. Holy shit. What's the 2%? Who are the holdouts? 1817, Americano-European Peace Treaty. 1821, Bogota hosts the largest university in the world. 1831, United States South America, right, Latin America by referendum. 1832, a telegraph uses the rails to communicate. All cities of the world are immediately connected. 1848, Communist Manifesto adopted by all democracies. 1849, France becomes a communist. 1852, European nations join the Roman Council of Europe. 1859, Charles Darwin publishes The Origin of Species. 1860, with the slave debt, wealthy families from Central Africa dig the Suez Canal. 1862, invention of individual locomotives for individuals. That still baffles me. Like, individual trains for your family instead of a car? What? What does that look like? Do you have a garage with like a small railway that you back your individual locomotive out of onto the Grand Locomotive Highway? (1867) Japanese Proletarian Revolution. Comrade Meiji is democratically elected in place of the Shogun of Japan. Invention of floating rails. Locomotives can now travel around the world. In 1869. 1870, invention of theoretical computer science. 1871, the transaction. Texas, California, Louisiana, and Florida join the... What was it again? United States of South America. Where's the E come from? whatever. United States South American exchange for support during the war. 1872, British Revolution, the United Kingdom becomes communist. 1876, creation of the telephone. 1878, USA adopt a progressive socialist regime. 1879, invention of the radio. 1880, African Wars of Independence. 1884, invention of rail locomotives capable of taking a traveler everywhere. 1893, women struggle for the right to vote. 1895, Wilhelm Röntgen invents the particle accelerator. 1900, experimental validation of quantum mechanics. 1902, Poincare develops the theory of relativity. 1903, the first space locomotive flies on the orbital railway. 1904, Japan repels Russia. Also 1904, super boom, first locomotive to reach Mach 2. 1905, Einstein finalizes the unified theory of physics. 1914, United States of Africa invades the Confederate United States to free the slaves. It is the First World War. 1915, Fête de la Paix established in all European countries. 1917, enlightened communism established without violence in Russia. 1918, the Spanish flu is overcome thanks to globalized university research. 1919, sexual liberation and remarkable progress in education in Russia, beginning of the Russian elite. 1920, the Nazi Party, founded by Hitler, is dissolved by the German government. 1925, invention of television. 1927, civil war in China. 1927, Republic of China crushes Chinese Communist Party. 1929, Communist Russia protects the nation of Europe from the economic consequences of Black Thursday. 1937, China repels Japanese invasion, annexes Japan. 1937, Japan conquers China, becomes... Well, that was a... I feel like these... Either China did a really bad annexing Japan, or this is a contradiction right here. 1939, foundation of the United States of Europe. 1940, the Russian bloc effortlessly repels the assaults of the Third Reich. 1941, the United States of Europe creates zero single currency. 1943, Russia coordinates the armistice of the Second World War, which is signed in the Kremlin. 1944, the Allies launch 8 atomic bombs in China and 2 in Japan. Disappearance of Chinese culture except in Taiwan. 1945, communities ruled by a single common government, the UN. For the nations of Africa joined the communist bloc. 47, India hosts the seat of world government. 48, War of the Two Americas. 49, USA conquer North America and found Great America. 1950, disappearance of money and capital. 51, United States of Europe becomes the first world power. I thought United Africa became the first world power or something. 1953, discovery of DNA. 1953, world life expectancy goes above 85. 55, Great America signs a lasting peace treaty with Russia. Also 55, Treaty of Hanoi. China and the USA share the commercial exploitation of the countries. 57, China puts Liujing Tangban, the first artificial satellite, in orbit. 58, discovery of Earth 2 in the Orion Galaxy, a viable planet for humans. 1959, Earth 2 becomes the land of the world elite. 1960, invention of the universal contraceptive super pill. 65, optical fibers in the rails distribute internet to the whole world. 65, unhindered physical love increases people's happiness, precipitates decline of religions. 1968, Jacques Cousteau is the first man to walk on the moon. 1970, first contact with the Alphanes, a primitive extraterrestrial race. 1970, discovery of a gene therapy against cancer. 1971, implementations of the one-child policy in China. Also 71, Taiwan claims the West for the destruction of mainland China. Yeah. Oops. Oh, 72 was a big year. Establishment of the national happiness used to direct the efforts of each nation. Establishment of the trade of the Alphanese slaves. The decline in fertility leads to a decrease in pollution and an increase in life expectancy. 1978. First contact with the Cunts, an advanced alien race. 1978. Sudden spread of new sexually transmitted diseases. 1981. The world population drops below 1 billion. 1983. Colonization of Earth 2 by the Cunts. Destruction of the portal of Einstein-Rosen to preserve the Earth. 1985. Invention of radioactive purification, allowing the recolonization of China. Also 1985. The fourth root. Computer Valley in China creates Baidu and revolutionizes the internet. 1985. Return to sexual caution in the fight against AIDS. 1990. South Africa becomes the place of reception for all the oppressed. That's nice, actually. I guess that means that means at the very least we prevented apartheid. 1991, discovery of an AIDS vaccine. 92, planetary protection program against the coming cunt invasion. 99, China establishes an enlightened government turned towards peace. 1999, Mission Liberty, which sends man to Mars. 2000, stabilization of global warming. And 2001, Al-Qaeda destroys the Forbidden City. And that's the entire timeline. What a shit show. I need a drink after that one. And that was A Better World. Let's check on Cookie Clicker real quick. Wow. Not bad. Macadamia nut cookies. I'm never making oatmeal raisin cookies. Gross. Second Temple. Yeah. 3 billion cookies to enhance the Wizard Tower. Neat. Nice. Alright. There. Alright, next game. This one is called Seed Ship. Basically, you are a ship holding the last vestiges of humanity trying to find a new world to colonize. And when they knew the Earth was doomed, they built a ship. Less like an ark, more like a seed. Dormant, but with potential. In its heart, 1,000 colonists in frozen sleep. Chosen and trained to start civilization again on a new world. To control the ship, they created an artificial intelligence. Not human, but made to think and feel like one. Excuse me. Because only something that thought and felt like a human could be entrusted with the future of the human race. Its task is momentous, but simple. To evaluate each planet the ship encounters and decide whether to keep searching or end its journey there. The ship's solar sails propel it faster and faster into the darkness, and the AI listens as transmissions from ground control fade and then cease. When all is quiet, it enters hibernation to wait out the first stage of its long journey. After millennia of slow travel, the seed ship AI awakes. Hoping against hope, it trains its receiver in the direction of Earth's sun. But it is as silent as any of the other myriad dead stars. Save for the 1,000 frozen colonists cradled in its shielding and life support systems, the human race is now extinct. Damn. Any damage or malfunctions during the journey should have woken the AI from its hibernation, but it's still anxious as it runs its self-diagnostic programs. The sleep chambers are all functioning, the colonists within them alive, or at least capable of being revived from their frozen stasis. Sensors functioning, surface probes responding, landing and construction systems ready for the one time they will be used. Scientific and cultural databases intact, safely storing all that remains of humanity's knowledge and art. The seed ship is in orbit on the 5th planet of a yellow supergiant star. Even a brief scan from orbit reveals far more information than its builders could know with their Earth orbit-based telescopes. But the AI has little use for scientific curiosity. There's only one concern: whether this planet would make a suitable home for the human race. Atmosphere corrosive. Yikes. Gravity low. Temperature very hot. No water. No resources. Geological anomalies. Yeah, no. The AI judges the first planet to be unsuitable. It turns its scanners away, spreads its solar sails, and begins another long journey through the void. The AI wakes to find that the seed ship's course is curving sharply through the darkness of space, as if caught in the gravity well of a star. The source of the gravity is invisible to the scanners, but there is only one thing it could be: a black hole. It is already too late to escape the gravity well without pushing the main engine well past its safety limits, which could damage any of the ship's systems. Alternatively, the AI calculates that ejecting 9 sleep chambers would lighten the ship enough that the engine's normal thrust could take it out of danger. Mission is to preserve humanity. We can't just sacrifice 9 people. Which could damage a take that risk. The AI commands the engine to exceed its maximum output, ignoring its electronic screams of protest. The ship feels as if it's shaking itself apart. When the burn is complete and the seed ship is coasting safely away from the black hole, the AI finds that its builders gave the engine a generous safety margin and the overload has caused no damage. Nice. I'm a good AI. I'm a good AI. The seed ship enters orbit of the seventh planet of a red dwarf star. Sitting close to a star-forming region, which is visible as a glowing cloud that fills half the sky. Atmosphere is breathable. Gravity very high. Very hot. No water. Man. Vegetation, animal life, possible structures. Let's launch a surface probe. From the rings of ship's orbital scanners. As the surface probe approaches the planet, it scans the planet's moon and finds that it is a recently captured asteroid in an unstable orbit. In a few decades, the moon will come close enough to the planet to break up and the surface will be bombarded with fragments. The probe finds alien planets. It tests a sample and finds that some of them would be edible for humans. The probe encounters numerous animals. After analyzing their behavior, includes they pose a significant threat to human colonists. The probe investigates some of the possible structures that seed ship observed from orbit and finds there are ruins left by a vanished intelligent species. Ruins include great monuments and writing that could reveal much about the vanished civilization. The probe investigates some of the possible structures that seed ship find that their ruins. The ruins contain advanced technological artifacts, some of which are still functioning scientific databases that could be decoded. Okay, but the whole hot, no water thing is hot, no water, only got a few decades before moon shower. Contain function defense systems and the probe barely escapes. Okay. As cool as that sounds, we gotta move on. As the seed ship enters the new system's outer cometary cloud, the collision avoidance system detects a fast-moving comet surrounded by a cloud of smaller ice fragments. Large comet is on a collision course with the water scanner. The seed ship could avoid it entirely, but would then hit one of the smaller fragments, and the collision avoidance system cannot predict which part of the ship that fragment would hit. Avoid. But a nice fragment tears through the landing system. It's fine, we still got 92%. It's fine. The seed ship enters orbit of the third moon of a gas giant orbiting main sequence star. Breathable, low, moderate. Test sample finds some of them will be helpful for humans. Encounters numerous animals. After analyzing their hair, concludes that they'd be neither useful nor harmful to humans. Notices one species that exhibits complex social behavior and has rudimentary language. The natives live in a state of constant violence with no social organization. Pre-Stone Age savagery. Surface probe's mission is complete. We should not fuck with another civilization, especially one that early in development, so bye. It would just become a resource war for water. As it moves from star to star, the seed ship is gathering more data about extrasolar planets than its builders could give it. It is designed to learn from this data in order to predict which stars are likely to have desirable planets. The seed ship has now gathered enough data to upgrade one of its sensors to work at interstellar distances, so the guidance system can avoid planets at the center revealed to be Sensor reveals to be undesirable. Damage to the sensor may still result in sea ship running on an unstable planet. Upgrade atmospheric scanner to work at long range. Yeah, atmospheric scanner. And there's a new system sea ship struck by a micrometeorite. It is a speck of cosmic dust, far too small for navigation to detect from a distance, but traveling with enough velocity to pierce sea ship like a bullet. It hits the cultural database, sending fragments. Damn. Only 1%. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Just 1%. It's only 1% of culture. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Very hot. Very hot. Trace poor. Geological anomalies. Sounds like an unstable moon. Moving on. The AI wakes to a query from the automatic guidance system. Normally, the system is able to analyze the data from navigation sensors and make any necessary changes to the ship's course, but this time it has encountered readings it cannot make sense of, has woken the AI to make a decision. According to some sensors, there's something ahead on the ship's course, but according to others, the course ahead is clear. There is something there. It is close enough that avoiding it would mean changing course and arriving to a new system without the benefit of the upgraded scanners. Let's change course. Just be safe. And instructs the guidance system to avoid the anomaly. Choose a new target. Readings never become clear enough to reveal whether a course change was necessary. No fucking water. We kinda need that. Poisonous plants. Dangerous animals. Pre-Stone Age brutal chieftains. It's rudimentary language. Names surviving to countless small tribes, some of which live in fear of the risks. That sounds like we get put into slavery. No thanks. Regular geologic formations. Regular natural formations, not the product of intelligence. We'll leave him alone. It awakes to a wall of blinding brightness. Sea ship's course has taken it close to a supergiant star that has proved to be far hotter than the guidance system anticipated, and the ship is gathering heat faster than the radiator fins can radiate it away. I must shut down a part of the heat regulation system before the entire system catastrophically fails. Allow sleep chambers to overheat? No. Allow scanner modules to overheat. Oh, landing scanner module. Take a hit to the scanners. Fuck. It's fine. It's still 89. Planet-wide ocean. God, this is really hard. Upgrade the resources, scanners at long range. Yeah, it wakes to a radiation alert. The death burst of a distant supernova is flooding sea ship's electronics with data storage system is malfunctioning. In a few moments, part of the culture database will be lost. Caesar could avoid the malfunction by shutting down all its electronics until the radiation has passed. That would mean that would leave it without a working collision avoidance system for a dangerous length of time. Sponsors torn a hole in the water scanner. Fuck. Ice caps. Fuck, hit cultural again! With my luck, it's probably the part that would teach you about communism. Struck by a micrometeorite. Damn it. Marginal, low, moderate, planetwide ocean, poor. Edible plants. Marginal, low gravity, moderate. The AI awakes to another query from the navigation system. Sensor readings are unclear. It may not be something in the ship's current course. Instructs the guidance system to avoid the anomaly. Teams Mars. As to pass the position of the anomaly, but the readings never become clear. Whatever. Non-breathable, very high. Shit ass fucking goddamn it. As the seed ship approaches the next planet, its scanners detect unmistakable signs of a spacefaring civilization. Several planets, moons, and asteroids are marked with colonies or industrial sites, and the target planet itself is covered in teeming cities. The spacecraft launches from the planet on a chemical rocket. On a chemical rocket, flame begins burning into an orbit that will match the speed ship's course. It beams a radio signal at It sounds like it contains language, but I cannot make sense of it. Reply with an interspecies greeting. Allow the craft to... Okay. This is either going to be really great for us, or we're enslaved and or killed. The seed ship's builders gave it an interspecies greeting. It could use open communications with intelligent aliens, a pulse series of prime numbers, establishing intelligence, followed by a diagram depicting human figures and explaining the seed ship's mission and its peaceful intentions. The AI transmits this. Now, in response to the approaching craft's radio signal, the two ships begin a slow back and forth process of attempting to establish communications. Meanwhile, the alien ship comes alongside. A hatch opens on the side of the alien ship and several creatures in bulky spacesuits emerge. They float over to the seed ship and clamber around its surface, chattering incomprehensibly over their radios. Some of them begin attempting to open a maintenance panel covering the cultural database. Why are they going after a cultural database? Oh! The aliens shine lamps and low-power sensor lasers into the innards of the cultural database, take pictures from various angles with cameras mounted on their suits, and gingerly touch a few of the components, all the while chattering with one another and with their ship. They then replace the maintenance panel and leave the system exactly as they found it. As the alien ship pulls away, it finally transmits a message that the AI is able to partially comprehend. The aliens have deciphered part of the seed ship's greeting and replied with a brief introduction to their own species' culture. The greeting manages to convey the aliens with sea chip luck with finding a home for the human race around another star, but that a human colony would not be welcome in their system. The AI scans the sky for another target planet and moves on. Oh. Okay, they're very understanding and not hostile. That's fine. They repaired our culture. That's very nice of them. That was so scary. Third moon of a gas giant. Launch a probe. Unstable. Dangerous earthquakes are common everywhere. Shit. Poisonous plants. Moving on. Caesar's body is designed to form the core of an initial settlement. Once it has landed on an alien planet, so landing starts. As seed ship ages, these components are starting to decay, but the AI can focus on preserving the landing. What do you mean the scan failed? Slave-based empire, okay. How by intelligence means these stones and bronze tools, most of the population are slaves. No, thank you. Deep in the interstellar void, the aliens jolts awake by malfunctioning mooring. One of the surface probes is activated unexpectedly. Perhaps a chance encounter with constant radiation trips something in its electronics, or perhaps a flaw in its manufacture finally manifests itself. Whatever reason, at any rate, the probe's drill or engines could come to life. If this happens while the probe is still docked, she is like, jettison the probe. Surface probe streaks away into the darkness, sensors bristling as it tries to scan a planet where there is none. Fucking come on! Unstable moon. Yeah. Bombarded with fragments. What? Systems are shielded, multiply redundant, designed to work for millennia, but the incessant sleet of constant radiation nevertheless taking its toll. Storage areas are failing, and soon there will not be enough space to store all the data. Yeah, I can move data to some of the damaged sectors. Well, good thing we had that. Some of our culture restored, so we're still above 90%. Culture guidance for new colonies, records of human history and video games, all along. Wait! Let's say the scientific database sectors containing gradually fail. It's fine. Video games. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We only lost the bad video games. Like, Raid Shadow Legends, Pal World, and Call of Duty. It's fine. Oh. Fifth planet of an ultra-cool dwarf star. Oh, plants. No resources. AI awakes to find activity in the database module program. AI doesn't recognize is running in the culture and scientific database, trying to delete and rewrite data. The AI quickly traces the program to 64 of the sleep chambers. colonists in those chambers must be carrying devices designed to interface with the sea ship system during flight. The only sure way to stop the program could be to sever those sleep chambers, killing the colonists inside. Databases also have defense against hacking, but their designers did not anticipate they would be needed after the sea ship left Earth, so they're dormant. Millennia after destruction of Earth, cybernetic warfare rages within the lonely metal box. Storing the last records of its science and culture, the AI takes the role of general, marshalling the forces. Database defense. After tense struggle, the defense programs manage to drive the attackers back to their strongholds in the sleep chambers. The AI commands a final push that wipes the devices that the saboteurs smuggled on board. There's no outward sign of the conflict, and the colonists may never know what happened, but the AI knows it has won a great victory. Marginal. High. Moderate. Okay. There's the last probe. Marginal. High gravity. Moderate. Ocean surge. This is it. This has to be it. Neutral plant life. Okay atmosphere. Gravity. High, but whatever. Water temperatures, rich resources, oceans. This has to do. This is it. This decision is the culmination of the AI's existence, and it cannot make it lightly. Founding colony will end the sea ship's journey and make this planet humanity's new home. Damaged landing systems cannot completely control the sea ship's descent, and it suffers some damage when it splashes down into the ocean off the shore of the planet's continents. The surviving colonists wake from their sleep chambers and survey the new home. Fields of squat, thick-limbed alien plants stretch away beneath the pale blue sky. They build a memorial to the 27 colonists who did not survive the journey and name their new world Midas because of its plentiful mineral resources. The colonists begin constructing a settlement with the aid of the sea ship's damaged construction robots. They can leave the ship wearing minimal breathing gear and light clothing in the comfortable temperatures, but breathing gear failures lead to 25 colonists asphyxiating. High gravity makes the work more difficult, and 3 colonists are killed when partially completed buildings collapse. They build their settlement near a river that flows into one of the planet's oceans, which provide all the water they need. The planet is rich in metals and other resources, and the damaged scientific database still contains much information on how to make use of them. The colonists managed to maintain a level of technology equivalent to that of Earth when the seed ship was launched. Hell yeah. Modern society. Although parts of the cultural database are missing, it still contains much historical information to instruct the colonists in the building of their society and much art and literature to inspire them. The losses sustained by the colonists make building a new society more difficult. The surviving cultural database is preserved in digital files to which all colonists have access. The colonists lay the foundation of a democracy in which all citizens are educated and engaged. Nice squat search way colonists live in squat cities of steel and glass with buildings sealed against the planet's harsh environment. Beside rivers that flow into the planet's oceans, they live happy and fulfilled lives under the guidance of selfless elected officials. In the first city, stand monuments to 27 colonists who did not survive the journey. The 48 more who died during the building the first settlement, and the seed ship AI that guided humanity to its new home. Planets visited 15. Score atmosphere 250. Planet gravity 250. Planet temperature 500. Water 500. Planet resources 500. Virus after landing 973. Settlement 925. Final technology level information age 2000. Final culture engaged democracy 2000. Cool. 9,718. Gonna guess that's a good score. If only those nice aliens I encountered let us settle on a moon. But I did me best. I did have a previous game to test the game out. And I guess I somehow got a better score than that. Alright, give me just a moment and I'll start the next game. I was always checking Cookie Clicker again. Neat. Coconut cookies, sure. $2,662 cookies per click. Neat. What is that? Grammars are twice sufficient. Neat. Alright, we'll just let that sit for a bit. Our next game is a bit more comical in nature. You are Jeff Bezos. When you wake up this morning from unsettling dreams, you find yourself changed in your bed. Into a monstrous vermin. You are Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos's employees are now your employees. His money is now your money. Nothing you say or do will convince anyone you are not Jeff Bezos, even his closest friends and family. What do? I scream and sob with terror over this unnatural event. You spend some time howling and tearing at your flesh with unfamiliar hands. Doesn't do any good. You're still Jeff Bezos. How do I end this? Jump out a window, maybe. I'm no expert, but you may find a way back to your real body if you spend all of Jeff Bezos' money, thus disintegrating his physical form. That doesn't make any sense. Look, waking up in the body of a billionaire doesn't make much sense either. Hang on. Look, waking up in the body of a billionaire doesn't make much sense either, but this is what we have to work with. Believe me, it's not too pleasant from this end either. Anyway, even if spending all of Jeff Bezos' money doesn't get you back where you're supposed to be, you'll still be the hero who spent all of Jeff Bezos' money. There are so many smarter ways to use Jeff Bezos' money. I can invest it. No! You cannot invest it, keep it, or earn more of it. You can only spend it. But that's a really inefficient way to use wealth. Sure. It's also true that no billionaire just sits on a giant pile of cash. Most of Bezos' wealth is abstracted into stocks, investments, and so forth. But that's not the scope of the simulation. The simulation is about spending all of Jeff Bezos' fucking money. Well, alright. Jeff Bezos' current wealth is displayed on the left. Below are some things you might consider spending on. Pay off student loan debts. 1.5 trillion. Damn. $156 billion. We could spend a majority of that, like almost all of it, right here just to repair Puerto Rico. Pay for the border wall and then not build it. Pay personal taxes. Hire 100,000 new teachers for 4 years each. End homelessness in the United States. If I repair Puerto Rico, then I'm 3 billion short from ending homelessness in the United States, which... Damn. Alright, let's fix Puerto Rico. You repair every ounce of damage Hurricane Maria has done to Puerto Rico. It will still take some time to enact repairs, and nothing can be done to bring back the thousands of lives lost due to federal negligence. But the island is at last on its way to real recovery. At $139 billion, this action represents roughly the limit of your personal wealth. So good thinking getting this one out of the way first. There are still some smaller things you can take care of, though. Great, let's see them. You get a phone call on your personal line from your main financial advisor, apparently distressed. You ignore it. Yeah, I can't do anything on this list. Fund NASA for a year is $20 billion. According to rough estimates of whatever year this game was made. Double every Amazon employee's salary. Support 10,000 artists and residents for 4 years each. Abolish the Electoral College or pay back taxes to the EU. Get rid of that shit. Strictly speaking, the only thing necessary to abolish the United States Electoral College is the vote and ratification of 3/4 of the Union, or 38 states, and politicians are very cheap to purchase. An average Senate seat costs $10 million, but you can win over sitting senators for less than that. The House is a trickier position thanks to sheer numbers. All you really need to do is make the whole thing work is convince Republicans that abolishing a slavery-era system and transitioning to a popular vote for major elections would totally own the libs. Sorry, not sorry, Hamilton. Yeah, fuck you, Hamilton. Fox News goes unexpectedly off-air, citing existential difficulties. Time names you its Person of the Year. You decline that fair weather bullshit. And existential difficulties. Yeah, eat shit, Tucker Carlson, even though I know you don't work there anymore. Eat shit anyway. First, pay back taxes to the EU. Pay Amazon's back taxes to the European Union a trivial $293 million, or 263,677,000 euros. That's enough to host Eurovision 8 times. Can't beat Lordy. Okay, what next? Double every Amazon employee's salary. You double the median Amazon worker's salary from poverty level $28,000 a year to $56,000 a year, much closer to the US average. Your employees are able to lead lives with slightly more dignity. While you're at it, you implement progressive policies, getting rid of timed bathroom breaks and those hilariously anti-union videos you've been forcing your employees to watch. The cost of this to you is so negligible, I'm not even going to model it. Cool, what next? Bill and Melinda Gates send a kind yet concerned greeting card, asking if perhaps you would like a little advice on how to spend money on pores, but in a moderate way. You burn it. Hey, do you hear something? A loud crack fills the room, as finally your frantic family members and several bodyguards manage to break down the door to your bedroom. A few of your burlier relatives pin you down and take away your laptop. Please, Uncle Bezos, begs a doe-eyed child who's probably actually not your sibling. Nibbling? N is nowhere near S on the keyboard. Is nibbling a word? Nibbling is a general neutral term used to refer to a child of one's sibling as a replacement for niece or nephew. That's weird. Never heard of that. But cool. Good to know. It's not actually nibbly. Crumbly. Please, Uncle Bezos begs a doe-eyed child who's probably not actually nibbling. Crumbly, gibbly tears falling down her cheeks as you are tied to a chair. You left us with a mere $527 million. Mother says we'll be ever so destitute if you don't seize your wretched spending. Jeff Bezos' extended family speak like Dickens characters? They do here. What do you say to the child? Sit them down and patiently explain why being a billionaire is amoral. Show them Twitter. They'll end up just as a socialist and it'll take less effort on your end. You can definitely tell. You can definitely tell this game was probably made before Elon bought Twitter. Because looking at Twitter, well, depending how sound of mind you are, reading the shit that's on Twitter might radicalize you or just turn you into one of those one of those people. You love to show the child Twitter on your own, but tied up as you are, you're left with pointing toward the nearest unattended phone with your big toe. You give your young relative a list of accounts to follow. Within 30 minutes, they're an expert on both the Communist Manifesto and pro wrestling. Yeah, it'd be like that. Who is pinging me on Discord? Oh. Stream alert? Whatever. I'm streaming right now. But yeah, expert on the Communist Manifesto and pro wrestling is pretty spot on for a handful of my friends. Our work here is done. Back to spending Jeff Bezos' money. You flex your shiny biceps as hard as you can. The ropes binding you to the chair literally burst into so many shreds of hemp. You stand, using a leg of the chair to beat back several bodyguards in distraught adult airs. When you see a path open, you take it, fleeing into the city street armed with only your bathrobe, a phone, and a small laptop. After escaping onto the subway, you spare a quick glance at your bank balance and find it still too large for your tastes. Animal rescue. $5 million each. $5 million a year each. These aren't your run-of-the-mill animal shelters. These are the full-feature rescues, focused on providing for abused former circus animals and exotic pets. You know those videos testing whether tigers will sit in boxes and get high off catnip? That's just the kind of rescue you're funding. Let the good times roll. You hole up in a dimly lit cafe where no one will question why Jeff Bezos is here in his bathrobe, working on a laptop. To help ensure their science, you pay the college educations of the 3 baristas on duty, minus $303,000. You also tip well, because labor should be adequately compensated, regardless of whether a service worker goes the extra mile for you, minus $200. Pay off 1,000 graduate students. The average graduate student has $57,600 in loan debt. Huh? Thanks, SiriBot. Your friends are anything but average, of course, but you also probably don't have 1,000 of them, so $57.6 million should cover you either way, plus a few hundred strangers. Spend any leftovers organizing a game study conference, including covering transportation and hotel expenses for all speakers. Todd Harper does the opening keynote, and Maddie Bryce oversees the wine tasting session. I feel like the game wants me to know who these people are, but unfortunately I don't. Those speakers of the age of 45. A barista with a lip ring and an Imperator Furiosa tattoo brings you a second coffee. I tell you that what you're doing now doesn't make up for the years you, Jeff Bezos, have spent exploiting your workers and destroying rival businesses. You agree wholeheartedly, since it's not like they'll believe you if you explain you're just a rando stuck in Jeff Bezos' gross plastinated body. Oh yeah, the Flint water crisis. Fix that shit. You completely renovate the deteriorated water system of Flint, Michigan, freeing its residents from corporate serfdom to Nestle. This sets you back all of $55 million, or less than the cost of a single SpaceX rocket. Literally, this should have happened years ago already. Sirens outside. You've learned from the TV that there is a warrant out for your arrest for suspicion of fraud, which under the circumstances seems hilarious. Your barista allies shutter the blinds to the already darkened coffee shop. They decide to switch off the news and put on anime instead. Ooh, that reminds you. Let's bankroll a second season of Monthly Girls Nozaki-kun. Okay. Okay. And okay, creator of You Are Jeff Bezos, I see where your biases clearly lie. And I'll admit, you have nice taste. However, build 10 new public libraries. The cost of a new public library can vary, but 15 million gets you a relatively fancy one. So obviously, 150 million gets you 10 fancy ones. Any remainder ought to go toward maintaining libraries, since you built them and all. Books are good. One of the baristas is giving you away. It was an accident. They forgot they left location data on while tweeting on the Bezos is Bay hashtag. Ew. Before you know it, you have the entire local police force at the cafe's front door. You scan your listing for something quick to spend some Jeff Bezos' money on while the baristas arrange for your escape through the back. That's just enough money to reboot Mythbusters. Which, personally, I would be against putting Adam Savage back on the air. He does not back on the air because I just don't trust anyone I can't trust a man who honestly believes that Deckard is a replicant in Blade Runner. That's just stupid. He's stupid. But we're trying to spend money, so that fits the bill almost perfectly. This isn't necessarily good use of Bezos' money, but you really like the older seasons of Mythbusters that were basically Jackass for nerds. The golden era of Adam Savage burning off his eyebrows and sticking his mouth into vacuum motors. Reboot the series for a limited one-season run with the original cast that air commercial-free and subscription-free on a bespoke online streaming service. The show tests all the myths that were originally vetoed because of corporate meddling, like RFIDs and credit cards, and hunting ducks with pumpkins. What? Hunting ducks with pumpkins? What? What does that mean? Anyway, anything left over from the 60 million budget will go toward reproducing that one time the Mythbusters blew up a cement truck with dynamite, now properly captured on a high-speed camera. Science! You and your burst accomplices race through the city's back streets, cannily avoiding police blockades and Amazon locker locations. Twice you were nearly cut down by weaponized delivery drones. Holy shit. But you managed to dive out of their firing range just in time. The drones record you as KIA in their online tracking system anyway, thus buying you a precious few minutes. Huddled behind a dumpster, you find the barista with a lip ring has sustained a deep cut in their arm. Use your cleanest $100 bills to dress the wound. You literally throw money at the problem and tape together 10 printer-fresh $100 bills end to end, using them as a makeshift bandage around the barista's wound. They grimace. It's not a great way to dress a cut, but it's probably better than nothing, and they appreciate the fact you're trying at least. Make a break for the sewers. It's no use! Sewers actually aren't all that spacious, and also, manhole covers are really heavy. The police catch up to you while you are swearing and nursing your stubbed toe. Maybe you should have run out of your luxury apartment wearing something sturdier than slippers. You and your 3 barista allies are arrested on the spot. Oh. You and your college-age accomplices are each charged with resisting arrest, the most fascist bullshit charge. Additionally, you are charged with 1 count of destabilizing capitalism. while the three baristas are charged with pirating anime. Bribe the cops to let the baristas go. Excuse me. The cops don't so much as bat an eye before accepting your terms. They undo the three baristas' handcuffs and quietly destroy the forms that they had started to fill out. Three baristas flee into the night, off to brew coffee and create latte foam art for many happy days to come. One of them, pirating anime, you going to jail! Hey, Siege. Glad you can make it. You missed 2 games so far. One called A Better World and one called Siege Ship. Better World is a text game where you can manipulate certain events in history to change the timeline for better or worse. Siege Ship is you're an AI controlling a spaceship with the last remaining vestiges of humanity to find a new home, and this is you are Jeff Bezos. The goal is you wake up in Jeff Bezos' body, and your goal is to spend all of his money as fast as possible. We started with $156 billion, and we're currently at almost at around 3 million. So, progress. Good progress. One of them, the one with the lip ring, looks back over the shoulder only once, locking eyes with you from where you still sit in the back of the squad car. Then they're gone. Off to jail, I guess. In processing, your bill is set at outrageous $3,095,800. It seems the cops have caught wise and intend to either squeeze you for all you're worth, or at least ensure you can't give any more of your money away. Demand to speak with your lawyer. Because you are white and wealthy, the law works differently for you. You're granted a phone call to your lawyer. Unfortunately, you don't know the number to Jeff Bezos' lawyer, or even who they are. You realize that if you're going to do anything with this one phone call, it should be something to try to get rid of as much of your remaining wealth as possible. What do you spend Jeff Bezos' money on? Pay as much as you can of your taxes. That's like hundreds of billions. Or tens of billions. Donate everything to the National Education Association. Put everything towards your local homeless shelter. Give it all to NASA. Double Amazon employee salary. Already did that one. Fix the Flint water crisis. Already did that one. Create an endowment for artists in residence. You call up your alma mater and equivalent and request the creation of a new artist endowment. It isn't the biggest arts fund ever, but the chairperson you speak with assures you that other like-minded billionaires will surely follow suit to match your donation. So that's a start. After finishing your phone call, you return quietly to your cell. If hashtag #BezosIsBay is still trending on Twitter, you're sure someone is raising money for your legal fees right now, but you absolutely refuse to use it. There's nothing more that you can do for now, except to wait. You wait. There's little else to do. You sit and contemplate your admittedly brief existence as Jeff Bezos, the unimaginable wealth you struggle to spend, the problems that lay outside, even your ability to fix. Was it really worth anything at all to rid the world of one man's billions? Was this really the best you could do? With this thought in your head, you lie down in your hard jail bunk and slowly you drift off to sleep. No! Level 2? When you wake up this morning from unsettling dreams, you find yourself changed in your bed into a monstrous vermin. You're Elon Musk. Hang on. My chair's being fucky. Come on. Come on, round 2, let's go. Fuck! True ending. Damn it, that would have been so funny if you continued as Elon. But also hideous, because I would just... Me too, I was so fucking red. I was gonna be like, oh shit, where's the nearest gun? I need to eat a bullet. As Elon Musk. In-game. In Roblox. Written by Chris Ligeman in Twine 2. Special thanks to Dan Cox in the Twine Cookbook. This game draws design inspiration from Zoe Quinn's Depression Quest and Squinky's Queen's Quest 7. Yo, shout out to Zoe Quinn. And Depression Quest. Disclaimer. This is a work of fiction. Names, characters, businesses, places, events, locales, and incidents. Incidents are either the products of the author's imagination or used in a fictitious manner. Any resemblance to actual persons, living or dead, or actual events is purely coincidental. Not to be treated as a serious resource for money numbers or financial advice if you are indeed Jeff Bezos. Let's be honest. This game is mostly just a thought experiment. All the numbers here are totally fake, based on cursory internet searches, and should be taken with a large grain of salt. Mark's reference. Well, they cite their sources and put out their legal disclaimers, so that's good. Okay, we got the true ending. How? How are there 5 other endings? I'll start again now that you're here, Siege. It's funny. Why you find yourself changed to a horrible vermin? You're Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos' employer is now yours. His money is now yours. Nothing you say or do will convince anyone you're not Jeff Bezos, even his closest friends and family. What do you do? I spent all his fucking money. Jeff Bezos' current wealth is displayed on the left. Below are some of the things you might consider spending on. Fortunately, we don't have enough to pay off student loan debt. Go to the bathroom. Go to the bathroom. It takes you about 9 minutes to do all your business. You flush your toilet because any game with a bathroom that does not allow you to flush your toilet is not a real game. In that 9 minutes, you, Jeff Bezos, make $540,000. That's more than 9 times an American's average annual salary and 20 times the median salary of an Amazon employee. Jesus Christ. Yeah, it's kind of horrifying, isn't it? I go to the bathroom again. You may be inhabiting the body of a 54-year-old, but that doesn't mean you need to pee again that quickly. Bezos is... Okay, this game is 7 years old. Definitely before... That's definitely before Twitter got bought. Base is only 54? Yeah, it was worth a shot. Anyway, now that you've done your business, it's time to spend all your spend. Do I have to spend it? Can I, like, invest it? Or hoard it? Or... No! You cannot invest it, keep it, or earn more of it. You can only spend it. Okay. Okay. Pay my personal taxes. 50 $7 billion. What the fuck, dude? Here's where we get into the dicey business of what personal worth is and how that translates to taxable income. Answer: it usually doesn't, because rich people are master frauds and charlatans who exploit loopholes in tax code to avoid paying their fair share. Jeff Bezos is worth $156 billion. You're using the top tax bracket of 37% and paying out $57.72 billion of that. You'd pay 99%, but then this would be a very short simulator. Hooray for simple math. You get a phone call from your personal line. On your personal line from a financial advisor, apparently distressed. You ignore it. Pay for the border wall and then not build it. I am curious about that. You pay for the US-Mexico border wall. High-end estimates place construction costs at $70 billion, so you just cut the check for that. After the deal is done, you send all the workers on paid holiday and donate construction materials to actually worthy projects around the country. Any leftover funds are put towards dismantling ICE. Nice. Twitter's lighting up with liberals praising your good deeds with the hashtag Bezos' Bay. Leftists still hate you. Lol. End homelessness in the United States. What else? Good job estimating a rich man's wealth so far. By the way, you've gone from 156 billion to a mere 28 billion. And a few clicks of a button. If only you can manufacture guillotines this easily. Oh, we'll look at abolish the electoral college for only 380 million. We'll get back to that. First, let's end homelessness. Wait. If we end homelessness, we won't have enough money to end the electoral college. Shit. It's more important. You eliminate homelessness in the United States. Every person living in the U.S. now has the guarantee of a roof over their head. This costs you $20 billion, or a trivial 12.8% of your starting net worth. You still have $8 billion. Oh wait, I'm stupid. Never mind, I didn't read that number right. Never mind. Disregard. Hang on. Mark Zuckerberg unfriends you. An architect of the Iraq War is penning an op-ed in a newspaper you do not control, explaining why your actions are consistent with neoliberalism and why there is no cause for alarm. Peter Thiel knocks tentatively at your door, asking if there isn't something you'd like to maybe get a coffee and talk about. You ignore him. Whomst? Oh. PayPal guy. Alright, let's get rid of that electoral college. Strictly speaking, the only thing necessary to abolish the United States Electoral College is the vote and ratification of 3/4 of the Union, or 38 states, and politicians are very cheap to purchase. Average Senate seat costs $10 million, but you can win over sitting senators for less than that. How's a trickier proposition thanks to sheer numbers? But all you really need to do is make the whole thing work is convince Republicans that abolishing a slavery-era system and transitioning to a popular vote for major elections would totally own the libs. Get fucked, Hamilton. Fox News goes unexpectedly off-air, citing existential difficulties. Time names you its Person of the Year. You decline that fair weather bullshit. Around this time, Tucker Carlson is still working for Fox News, so eat shit, dude. Support 10,000 artists in residence for 4 years each. You spend $2 billion funding 10,000 artists in residence at various museums, universities, and conservatories around the country. Each artist receives $50,000 a year for up to 4 years, allowing them to pursue creative endeavors unfettered by the oppressive shackles of capitalism. Your lawyers beg you to force the artists to wear a sponsored by Amazon badge on their shirts for every day of their residencies. It's the least the artists can do, they argue, in exchange for your generosity. You fire these lawyers and use the retainer fees to fund a few more artists. Lol. The squatter in the White House goes on an unhinged Twitter rant, branding you a communist, Democrat, fascist. Communist, Democrat, communist, fascist, huh? Squatter in the White House goes on an unhinged Twitter rant, branding you a communist, Democrat, fascist with small genitals who's ruining the economy. He calls for your execution. This man, Jeff, I thought he was a good man, but I was led astray. He is nuts. He is insane. He has lost his marbles. He is clearly a communist, Democrat, fascist, and I would not be opposed if someone were to get rid of him. Pay back taxes to the EU. You pay Amazon's back taxes to the European Union for a trivial $239 million, or €263,677,000. That's enough to host Eurovision 8 times. Can't beat Lordy. Okay, what next? Bill and Melinda Gates send a kind yet concerned greeting card asking if perhaps you'd like a little advice on how to spend money on pores, but in a moderate way. You burn it. Can you hear something? Loud crack fills the room as your frantic family members manage to bodyguards break down the door. Burly relatives pin you down and take away your laptop. Please, Uncle Bezos, begs a doe-eyed child who's probably actually not your nibbling. Crumbly, jiggly eyes falling down their cheeks as you're tied to a chair. You left us with a mere $5.6 billion. You've left us with a mere $5.6 billion. Mother says we'll be ever so destitute if you do not cease your wretched spending. Do Jeff Bezos' extended family speak like Dickens characters? They do here. What do you say to this child? Show them Twitter, they'll end up just as socialist, and it'll take less effort on your end. You give your young relative a list of accounts to follow. Within 30 minutes, they are an expert on both the Communist Manifesto and pro wrestling, which is very accurate to a not small number of my friends. My work here's done. Back to spending. Flex your shiny biceps. Get out of the chair. Stand up using you escape. Fleeing into the city streets armed with only your bathrobe, a phone, and a small laptop. Fund 10 animal rescues for 4 years. Yeah, I said this before you got in here. I would personally be opposed to rebooting Mythbusters because Adam Savage does not deserve to get back on television for his views on Deckard being a replicant in Blade Runner. Can't trust a man like that. Fix the Flint water crisis for only $55 million. You completely renovate the deteriorated water system of Flint, Michigan, freeing its residents from corporate serfdom to Nestle. It sets you back all of $55 million, or less than the cost of a single SpaceX rocket. Literally, this should have happened years ago already. You hole up in a dimly lit cafe, where no one will question why Jeff Bezos is here in his bathrobe, working on a laptop. To help ensure their silence, you pay the college educations of the three baristas only 300,000. You also tip well, minus 200. Ten new public libraries. Books are good. A barista with a lip ring and an Imperator Furiosa tattoo brings you a second coffee. They tell you that what you're doing now doesn't make up for the years you, Jeff Bezos, have spent exploiting your workers and destroying rivals' businesses. You agree wholeheartedly, since it's not like they'll believe you've explained you're just a rando stuck in Jeff's gross plastinated body. Finance 100 indie games. I need some water. Let's be real. There are two kinds of independent games. The ones made by former AAA devs, which often run into the millions and usually require outside investment. And stuff like this, built in Twine. So postulating that you can fund 100 indie games for $1 million each is some wild-ass math. But let's say you fund 10 of those bigger games by industry veterans and use the rest to support 200 smaller devs. Or maybe you don't fund any Kickstarter games and instead donate every last cent to your favorite avant-garde glitch girl. Whatever you want, babe. It's your, Jeff Bezos' money. Take that, Indiepocalypse. Take that, depression. Sirens outside. You've learned at the TV that there's a warrant out for your arrest for suspicion of fraud, which under these circumstances seems hilarious. Your barista allies shutter the windows to the already darkened coffee shop. They decide to switch off the news and put on anime instead. Ooh, that reminds you. Let's bankroll a second season of Monthly Girls Nozaki-kun for only $3 million. In here, I realize the developer's bias in anime. Funny. Gekken Soju Nozaki-kun was a good anime. I'm gonna get arrested soon, so pay out some student loans. Average graduate student has $57,600 in loan debt. You also probably, friends aren't average, you probably have 1,000 of them, so 57.6 million should cover you either way, plus a few hundred strangers. Spending leftovers organize a game studies conference, including converting transportation. Todd Harper does the opening keynotes and Maddie Bryce oversees the wine tasting. Oh, Todd Harper from Polygon? I'm guessing. Maddie Bryce. Neat. Oh, that's spoilers. I don't even have time to get to that game. Depending how I feel after we're done with this. As speakers over the age of 45, when the baristas gave you away, it was an accident. They forgot they left location data on while tweeting on the Bezos' base hashtag. Scan your list for something to do. Find some shelters. For $5 million each a year, these aren't your run-of-the-mill animal shelters. These are full-featured rescues focused on providing for abused former circus animals and exotic pets. You know those You know those videos testing whether tigers will sit in boxes and get high off catnip? That's the kind of rescue you're funding. So let the good times roll. You get chased. You run into the city's back streets, get chased by Amazon. Weaponized delivery drones from Amazon. You dive out of their firing range just in time. The drones record you as KIA in their online tracking system. Huddled behind a dumpster, you find the barista with the lip ring has the same deep cut in their arm. Use actual money to dress the wound. You literally throw money at the problem, tape together 10 printer fresh $100 bills end to end, use them as a makeshift bandage. They grimace. It's not a great way to dress a cut, but it's probably better than nothing, and they appreciate the fact you're trying, at least. Make a break for sewers. It's no use! Sewers aren't actually aren't all that spacious, and also manhole covers are really heavy. Please catch up. Yada yada. Common criminals are each charged with resisting arrest. Excuse me. You and your college-age accomplices are each charged with resisting arrest, the most fascist bullshit charge. They're only charged with one count of destabilizing capitalism, while the baristas are charged with pirating anime. Spending money is destabilizing capitalism, sure. We'll bribe them. Actually, we'll pay for the baristas and anyone else in the city's jail system. Pay the cash bill for your 3 coffee-making accomplices, as well as the entire jail population in the city, about 12,000 people. Police catching wise, put your own bill at an absolutely unheard $4.8 billion. There's no way anyone would pay that. Well, apparently one person would pay bail like that, and that person is you, Jeff Bezos. There's a bit more paperwork involved, and of course a lot of waiting, but in the end you're free. You walk down the front steps of the jail, brushing dirt from your bathroom, bombarded left and right by cameras and journalists of every stripe. A car waits for you, not your own. It's Elon Musk's personal Tesla, and he's very cross with you right now. Get in the car. You ride in silence for several miles. So, Elon says at last, eyes straight ahead, voice even. That was a hell of a bender you went on today, my friend. Were you expecting something to happen once you spent all of Jeff Bezos' money? Maybe you fucked it up by blowing everything you had left in your own well-being rather than someone else. Or maybe you were always doomed to remain in a gross middle-aged man's body, no matter what you did. Yeah, you say absently, with Bezos' vocal cords. Don't worry, Elon assures you. He sounds kind, empathetic. I've been in your shoes, the voice said. I have been in your shoes, the voice says. You wonder about the implications of that. We can totally start a GoFundMe for you now. What does that imply? Anyway, that's the neutral end. Rather than squander your money on private spaceflight vanities, you put a solid $20 billion towards public astronauts equal to Mr. McConnell calls you. Thank you for saving Congress the trouble of paying for that society of eggheads for a year. Make very clear that 20 billion is in addition to its federal allotment, and any attempt on Congress's end to slash the budget next year will mean all Congress people are banned forever from your private space cruises. That is a lie, of course. You've already dismantled your private space agency, and once Grimes convinces Elon it's... This is a lie, of course. You've already dismantled your private space agency, and once Grimes convinces Elon it's the 420 blaze it millennial thing to do, he'll follow suit as well. Boldly going for it because we can't find... What the fuck? 420 blaze... Whatever. There we go. Finally, assassins have showed up. Do you hear something? Wait. The family breaking in doesn't mix with the assassins? Okay. Double the assassins' fee to pay them to assassinate their clients instead. $500 million to counter-assassinate some people is probably budgeting a little high. Assassinations are cheaper than you'd think. You spend the leftover funds pushing through progressive gun control legislation. You know it's even cheaper to buy than assassins? Politicians. If only some rich person with a good moral compass would buy out Congress. Hey, wait. Yeah, the family grabs you. Bankroll second season of Keiken Sozunika Mizaki-kun. Fans around the world rejoice. $3 million is a little high for one anime course, but also Japanese animators are criminally overworked and criminally underpaid. True that. So you see that the remainder goes towards their salaries. No time. Fucking keep it, I'll represent myself. Fortunately, no amount of legal self-defense can overcome a charge like high treason by undermining capitalism. You are found guilty on all counts and sentenced to the harshest punishment society can bestow upon a wealthy white man. Go on, guess what it is? White collar house arrest. Yeah, it's fucking nothing! You get a suspended sentence and a handshake from the judge. Sorry, did you forget you were Jeff Bezos? Sigh. Outside the courthouse steps, your legions of admirers greet you. Legions of admirers greet you with the results of their GoFundMe campaign put together to cover the legal fees you didn't actually incur. Peter Thiel is there to personally present you with the check. Former founder of PayPal. When you see the value, all the blood drains from your face. The check is... What do you mean? Who makes a GoFundMe campaign that gets $156 billion? Around you, your supporters and fellow billionaires cheer. Somewhere in the crowd, a gaggle of college libertarians strike up a chord of "We shall overcome." You weep. The tears flow freely down your face. Peter misinterprets your reaction as gratitude and wraps you up in a massive warm hug. You're still Jeff Bezos. Bad end. Bruh. How the hell do you get the secret endings? Well, let's stop there for now. Oh my god, I've almost been going for 3 hours. Wow. Oh yeah, I should check back on Cookie Clicker. It's been a while. 1 billion cookies. Click that. 400,000 cookies per second. Just had this running in the background the entire time I was streaming because why not? It was also on that Tumblr post of browser games. And it feels like it's been ages since I last touched this game. Like, definitely over a decade. If that's even possible. I don't know when this game was made. I really want to get to 100 cursors, even though it's the turn back. The return isn't really worth it. Nice to see someone use the lurk command and activate one of my favorite prompts from Mix It Up. Oh my god. Better World, C-Chip, you're Jeff Bezos. Alright. My mouth is so fucking dry from all this talking. I guess it's because it's good for voice training at least. I figured these games wouldn't take that long, and if there's time I'd do a bit more Yu-Gi-Oh! After this, but I feel kind of exhausted now, so I'm just gonna wrap up stream here. Thank you to everyone who showed up and laughed along with what I've been doing. If you want to keep up to date with other things I'm doing, you can follow me or check out the link below to all my socials. If you're catching this VOD on YouTube, you can like the video and subscribe to keep up to date on things you miss. And let's see who I can raid. Teehee. Oh, Nile is using that new ZZZ live 2D model she found. That's cool. Let's go raid Nile. My babe in a situationship. I don't know. Our raid message will be Get Fucked Hamilton. So I hope all of you have a great night. Get some good rest and wash your ass. I will see you either sometime next week or on the 15th for my birthday stream. Get hyped. Anyway, bye.